So what's up guys, Foxen here. Oh no, they killed Eren! The latest Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2 Episode 19 is out. Oh yes, a little hacking overpowered Gabby capped Eren's ass. But what's this? On the little trip over to the Titan realm, you saw all of these memories. One of the biggest things I missed during my reaction was Goth Mikasa. So whose memories are these exactly? So go ahead and also smash that thumbs up. New Demon Slayer video up, by the way. I am going to be having Demon Slayer videos weekly from now on. But anyway, let's get into a shot-by-shot breakdown. First off, let me just mention Zeke catching Eren. So it looks like all those years of baseball practice finally paid off. I'm actually a little surprised that MAPPA or the TV station didn't require them to actually censor this bit. Although my video is going up on YouTube, so editor, be sure to make it YouTube friendly. So diving into the Titan Realm memories, I actually do really love how they did this whole path. It almost looks like going through either like the Star Wars super speed scene, something like from Guardians of the Galaxy, or some sci-fi show. So first person on this trip down memory lane, hey, it's Kid Mikasa. This is Kid Mikasa back on the first episode, looking back at Eren asking, why are you crying, Eren? For Attack on Titan anime seasons later, you should have a good idea why Kid Eren was wetting himself. Oh, the burden that was to come. This memory of Mikasa from Eren's point of view was originally the biggest memory shard seen in the manga. So hey, it looks like Eren has quite a thing for his hot Asian sister. Next up, you just have this very gorgeous, extremely detailed shot of Eren's eye. From the previous video, a lot of you guys were really praising MAPPA for this. A lot of you guys thought that MAPPA was just flexing, that they're on the level or even surpassing some of the past Wit Studio stuff when it comes to the eyes. At first, I couldn't tell whether this thing was done with CG or it was just enhanced. The ends of it actually almost reminded me of that weird Evangelion thing from the latest movie. Evangelion has practically inspired every anime, so I wouldn't be surprised if they took a page out of that. Next up, we have Reiner looking much slimmer, much younger. Of course, this is Reiner back in the trainee days. In the anime, you actually specifically saw Reiner having this flashback right before he was almost about to shoot his brains out. In the manga version, this memory shard for Reiner was quite small, to say the least. Sorry, big fella. Next up, you have the shot of young Grisha's sister. What was her name again? I honestly forgot. Although more importantly, do notice this shot is specifically from Kid Grisha's point of view. This should have been right as he was holding her hand and leading her, just both of them running outside of the gate, outside of the wall. Likewise for the manga, this memory shard was quite small. This is also back in the Wit Studio days. Next up, hey, it's Eren, female version. Oh wait, no, that's Gabby. This specifically is Frieda, aka a previous founding Titan. If it's been a while, you may actually recall Eren seeing this memory when he was dreaming / it just being a nightmare. In the anime version, Wit Studio changed this so Eren got this memory when he was tied up in the Titan cave. Something else really worth noting about this scene is that it seemed like Frieda noticed that someone was watching her at that time. In the manga, the memory fragment for this is also quite small, but a little bigger than the previous two, bigger than Reiner and Grisha's sister. Next up, you have adult Reiner down on all fours begging for some type of favor. Oh my god, I may not be able to show this on YouTube. No, but really, this was back in Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 1, when Reiner was desperately asking for forgiveness, or was it the opposite, asking to die? Naturally, this is Reiner looking up from Eren's point of view at that time. One eye. This hobo Eren point of view was actually not in the manga, at least not for the memory shards. Perhaps this is really just a change up from MAPPA, really highlighting the importance of Reiner. You know, the protagonist from the Marley point of view. Next blonde buddy up, hey, it's Kid Armin, very notably running with the buck. Naturally, by now you know how much of an importance Armin has been to the Attack on Titan story, perhaps even being the Attack on Titan anime narrator. This is really just further emphasized by how much Armin has influenced Eren with that bug of his. Thank you, Grandpa. In the manga version, you couldn't see this, it was really just Armin's face. I don't know if the anime actually had a one-to-one shot of Armin running with that bug. Next up, you do have a very interesting shot of the very happily formerly known as the Reiss family. Of course, you have ex-founding Titan holder Frieda up in the front, not looking too happy about what's to come. Just notice this is Grisha's memory of the event, right before making some pancakes. You should also notice that this memory fragment was originally also not in the manga. Next up, naturally you did have to include humanity's strongest, hey, Levi Ackerman. Specifically, this shot is back from Attack on Titan Season 1, of course from Eren's point of view, back when Levi gave Eren that infamous pep talk. Decide, Eren. The manga did include this similar memory shard for Levi, although very noticeably absent was the inclusion of the rest of the Survey Corps, the Levi squad. Sorry guys, you're not too important I guess. Next up, you do have the also lovable goofballs Potato Girl Sasha and Coney fighting over a potato, I thought? Did this exact scene ever happen in the anime? I'm thinking the OVA. Either way, if you look over at Twitter, Mappa actually released the entire still image, which is honestly pretty awesome. So these guys are just fighting, just sticking their fingers in each other's hole. I don't know if Mappa's gonna do this or not, but I do actually hope they release the stills for all of these images. Next up, you do have Bird Boy Falco. Of course, this was back when Bum Eren was tricking the little boy while stationed at that hospital. In the manga version, a small memory fragment for Falco was included. Next up, this memory fragment is quite difficult to actually make out. In the manga version, you can see this COD player about to get a triple kill. So very notably, this is one of the first non-Founding Titan memories from Eren Kruger, so this is very juicy, very interesting. Next up, you have the grim reminder, the Claws of Titan peeking over the wall. I mean, forget about looking one-to-one, this looks almost nothing like the original. They were clearly going for a more stylized version. But hey, I don't know about you, but I really like this. I wouldn't mind getting this on a shirt. Next up, oh, some very steamy fan service. Hey, why is Reiner getting all the special treatment here? But don't worry, for you Levi fans, look over to the left. Or if you're one of the dozen Stallion fans, he's there too. So first off, originally, this definitely was not in the manga. If I recall correctly, originally this was released as the main cover picture for the manga where Attack on Titan came out monthly in. They later released a full version of it. I think it might have been like a postcard slash mini poster. Of course, all of this referencing how much Isayama adores saunas slash the onsen. For one of the major onsens here in Japan, I think in Tokyo, they actually had this very interesting, lovely Attack on Titan collab. No surprise, the main two players they showed were Levi and of course Man Bun Eren. So why did they actually include this here, this quick fan service scene? For now, really just think of it as a fun Easter egg. Next up, you have this very strange looking boy. I know some of you have been asking me whether this was Armin or not. So not gonna get into the juicy spoilers, but just know that this kid has not yet actually appeared in the anime. You're gonna see him very soon. I think his name was Ramsey, I believe. Likewise, his memory shard in the manga did appear. Quite big indeed. I'll just mention that this is the time that Eren was talking to the boy, and Eren was the one crying on the other side of this. Next up, naturally, you did have to include Grisha. At first I thought this was Grisha after he went on that rampage, just squishing the Rei's family. On the other hand, this is very likely him just pleading to said Rei's family, so future me editor, just be kind to include both of the shots here. And from the point of view perspective, it would have been Frida looking over at Grisha. Next up, the shot of this random bird flying over into the sunset. Of course, birds have always had this symbolism in relationship to Eren Yeager. It looks very similar to an upcoming, let's just say, background. Oh, and the bird shot was in the manga, although at that time there was a focus on one, but there were several other birds. Next up, that random gold key, except not so random. This of course being the updated version of the key that they used to get inside Grisha's basement, or technically his secret stash. The manga version of this, of course, was the original plain looking key. This should have been right when Grisha was showing the key to Kid Eren, so from Kid Eren's point of view. Next up, who is this blonde? Oh, it's Hot Mama Historia. This particular past event hasn't been yet shown in the anime, so look forward to this coming up. This was right before the Attack on Marley events, by the way. Alright, so now let's get into the Attack on Titan multiverse, perhaps. Oh yes, the main meat of this, Goth Mikasa and Hipster Armin. Or Nerd Armin, whichever you prefer. So what the hell are these two doing here, especially looking so shocked? So first off, let me actually point out that this is technically not new. These two were included in that memory shard. They were just super tiny. It really felt like a nice Easter egg at the time. But now with Isayama including that random sauna shot and now this, does this perhaps confirm multiple realities for Attack on Titan? I know that's definitely what a chunk of Attack on Titan manga readers do want. Specifically Goth Mikasa and Hipster Armin, they were originally from this Attack on Titan high school version of them, and I'm pretty sure they've been reoccurring parodies slash drawings that Isayama has done, often including them in the manga, just as fun extras. I know ever since this actually appeared in the anime, I'm just getting bombarded with actual questions about this, whether it truly is a multiverse confirmed, parallel realities, whether this is actually hinting at the Attack on Titan ending being changed for the anime, which I would still not be hopeful for. Unless you really want to get disappointed again, I would really suggest just taking this as a fun Easter egg. If there are drastic changes to the Attack on Titan ending, we then in hindsight can say this was foreshadowing that stuff. But I'm really curious to post down below, what do you think? Is this foreshadowing major changes coming to the Attack on Titan story for the anime? Or are these two things really just fun Easter eggs? Next up, clearly a shot of a bird flying over the ocean. Or are these really Titan memories? I guess only Ymir knows. And of course, it all leads up to the founding Titan, or should I say the founder Ymir. The original Ymir. In the manga, very noticeably, this was very, very tiny. In particular, I was really a fan of how it just seemed like all of this stuff transitioned into that big Titan tree from above to below, really suggesting all of these memories are branches of said tree. Perhaps more interesting is what was not included in the anime. First off, you have a shot of Hanji, very likely during one of Hanji's Titan experiments. You have Annie, no Annie in the anime now, of course when Eren was getting his ass beat by her. No shot of the knife, when Kid Eren was about to rescue Mikasa and become a little killer. No shot of what I think is Uri. And right below that, Kid Eren looking at his mama Carla. Right below that too, what it seems like Kid Eren, or one of the founding Titan Attack Titan kids, eating their breakfast or lunch. No shot of Kid Historia, which should have been from Frida's point of view. No shot of Jean, horse boy, sorry. No other shot of Jean, this top half of a horse. And no shot of this person getting kicked over the wall. Of course, this should have been from Eren Kruger's point of view. So definitely post down below, multiverse confirmed? Are you taking the copium wine and thinking this is going to change the Attack on Titan ending for the anime? Or do you think it's just fun Easter eggs for now? I'm definitely personally in the latter camp. Really quickly, since I've been getting this annoying question recently, annoying because I have addressed this already, let me just quickly touch on my weekly videos, and if you're skipping this, just unsubscribe now. You've definitely noticed I've been doing my weekly breakdown reaction type of videos for Attack on Titan Weekly. I've actually been pleasantly surprised with how much you guys love these. So for those of you enjoying and saying kind things, thank you. These are gonna keep on coming weekly. Let me just clear up everything by saying that these are not replacement for my previous weekly breakdown videos. If you've been watching all my anime videos up until this point, especially over the last year, this shouldn't be a surprise. I've decided long ago I'm not doing those for Attack on Titan this season, which means the current style of videos are not a replacement for those. This is what I've decided over doing nothing. So instead of not getting a weekly Attack on Titan video, you're getting this, you're getting something. Hey, and I totally get if these aren't for you, just go ahead and skip them, watch my other anime videos. So now getting into why I'm not doing the previous style of videos. Again, if you've been watching all my anime videos up until this point, I've been talking about this for a while now, especially last season during my Mushoku videos. Since I know you've been watching those, you definitely should have noticed or at least gotten a hint of how much work goes into those. Those are freakingly heavily edited. It often took like half a day of work just to put together. Keep in mind, I do live in Japan, been living here for the past couple of years. In Japan, the Attack on Titan episodes come out at midnight, if not later. Which means if I did want to get those breakdown type of videos out in time, I had to either wake up very early, getting like 2 or 4 hours of sleep, or not sleep at all. So sorry, I really don't feel like killing myself over doing those type of videos this year. In general, last year, those videos along with the manga versus anime type of videos, I was spending 3 whole days out of 7 days just working on Attack on Titan videos / content. And that's not even including the recovery time past that. At the time, I thought I was dedicating my heart, putting all of this effort into those videos for you guys. I thought I was building this very loyal audience for my anime videos. After the Attack on Titan manga and anime ended, I put all this effort into other enjoyable type of content, like me looking at some vending machines in Japan, me talking about the new Star Wars anime. How many of you saw my 2 recent collabs that I did with Netflix? Hell, recently me talking about the best anime of last year. Over 100 anime watched just to put that together. But then really just looking at the analytics, I'm like, where is the supposed loyal audience? It really felt like I was killing myself doing those type of videos for no reason. Where were you guys? Where are you guys? Hell, where are you guys in my recent Demon Slayer video? Which I am going to be doing Demon Slayer weekly, by the way. So it really shouldn't be a surprise. I put so much work and effort into those type of videos last year. Hell, I gained like 40 pounds almost during that time period. Practically developed an eating disorder afterwards. And if this is new to you, you have not been watching my videos since I've talked about this fairly recently. I'm sure I damaged some in real life relationships because of that. So I learned my lesson. I've got no interest in doing that again. Especially now that the Attack on Titan series is done. Remember, this is not an Attack on Titan channel, this is an anime channel. I think if I try to do one of those type of videos, I'd be the one that would be breaking down. So if for some reason YouTube is not sending you all my anime videos, do recall to check back from time to time. Naturally, I am going to be covering Attack on Titan while it's airing. At least right now, I am going to be doing bi-weekly videos, maybe weekly videos. And if you were really only watching for one type of video and not for me, then feel free to leave. That really speaks to where your loyalty is at. But anyway, this is a quick version. Honestly, this could have been a whole 30-minute, 1-hour video. Go ahead and check out my deep dive into Nezuko. More Demon Slayer videos coming weekly. Ring the bell so YouTube actually sends you the videos, and I'll see you guys later.